It's been a resounding success for this first week of the Backyard Bullion Buyers Club with 250 people signing up for the newsletter. And we've sold an awful lot of gold and silver at really great prices. So here is an update on what I've experienced and learnt from this first week and where we are going forwards. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble. Buying and selling gold and silver at the right prices. Buying low, selling high is of course key. That's how you make money with anything. But it's so difficult to do because dealers will just charge you more and give you less when you sell. But the idea that I had, which I published on the 1st of January, the Backyard Bullion Buyers Club, where we can help you sell your silver, gold, platinum for higher prices, and then buyers can still buy underneath what they would from dealers, it's been a resounding success. And that's, of course, down to all of you fantastic people there in the camera for doing an incredible job in this last week. So, going to do a little bit of an update of the service, what we've been up to. Everything you see on the table here is stuff that's come in that has been already sold. It's been hugely popular. And I want to share as well a couple of little bits of really nice feedback that we had from two sellers. Now, if you are interested in this as we go throughout, there's links down in the description box below to our website as well as my email address. And that's the best way to sign up for the newsletters. If you are already signed up for the newsletters, there we go, just check your spam folders because a few of these email service providers will put emails like mine into that spam folder. And I know a few of you out there saw that and missed out on some of these deals, which is of course disappointing. But just check the spam folder, it'll be there. We've had 2 issues go out already and everything has sold within a few hours of those newsletters. And we're not talking just the odd bit as well. We had 147 ounces on, what was it, Thursday, and then we had another, with 3 ounces of gold, 2 ounces of platinum, and 25 Britannias, and they all went within about an hour and a half of each other. So it's popular, and that's only down to all of you guys and gals in there. So there's a few things that I have been thinking about and learning from this process. It's an idea, it's a sort of business idea. It's one, in fact, that I've actually talked with a number of different dealers about before, and I've talked about it here on my channel before. I do think there's a market for second-hand gold and silver at competitive prices, and this is just a different way of doing it. But basically, the nuts and bolts of it, if a dealer buys something from you, they've got to either mark it onto their margin scheme, second-hand margin scheme, which is difficult. There's admin, there's extra time. They've got to take in, catalogue everything, and they've got to make their money. That's fine. But dealers, they do quite well when they sell second-hand stuff because they can and they do offer this buyback service, and that's not what the Backyard Bullion Buyers Club is about. I don't buy your gold and silver when you send it in. We just process it, check it, make sure it's real, and then we sell it on your behalf to other people. I don't take any money for buying these other than a small commission from the seller, which is £1 per ounce of silver and £25 per ounce of gold, which I think is quite a fair price, and that's what generally I think the feedback has been from a lot of people. There are a couple of troll comments going, oh, you're just taking more money, but I'm working for that money. I feel that it's actually really good. And to put it in context, that's one of the bits of feedback that I'm going to kind of share with you all for my own sort of workload. It's great when I get in, a tube of 25 Britannias, and let's say they get sold to 1 or 2 customers, or one customer buys 25 of them. My commission there is £25. I've had to take it in. I take every single one out to check, every single one on the Sigma. I will photograph them, I will list them on the website. That takes time. And then, of course, when the orders come through, I have to email customers with bank details, liaise with the seller, ensure that the seller's got the money, and then package up the item and sell it. Now, if that's 2 people, that process at the other end of packaging takes minimal time, and I feel like the £25 there, split between 2 people, probably collectively maybe an hour's worth of work. I think that's a pretty fair wage, considering I'm taking on a burden of risk, because I'm the one that's posting these out at the other end and have to manage the special delivery and etc, etc. But, of course, if 25 individual people buy 25 individual Britannias, then, of course, it's a little bit less time efficient and cost effective for me and my time. And time, of course, is money. And if I had to package 25 individual boxes out, that's going to take multiple hours and, of course, liaising with 25 individual people. So that was kind of an interesting insight for me. Of course, like with things like the gold and the platinum, of course, that we won't have sort of 25 individual gold 1 ounce coins, I would imagine, at any one time. and it's obviously more likely that one will be bought individually, and then that's fine. Those are good. Now, does that mean I'm going to change the pricing structure of this? No, I'm not, and the reasons are for this. Yes, we might have some individual things that come through, and we might have to do that little bit of extra labour, but it balances out in the long run, because generally not everybody is going to buy just one coin. Because we're taking on the burden of risk for the special delivery side of things, we of course have to really charge that special delivery price. There's really no other options. It's not my silver. I'm not going to self-insure by sending it through different postage methods which are not insured through Royal Mail. So by taking the special delivery route, it's quite expensive. And that's why we are now offering a vaulting service for people. So just literally simple case of me having the box with somebody's name on it, and we can vault your orders, put them into a box, and then combine at a later time. And that's working really well. We've currently got 4 vault boxes open, and I'm sure more will come in the future. And we've already saved people significant amounts of money on those postage costs. So I think that's the way forward. It'll balance out, like for every individual coin ordered, there will be, I'm sure, others which will order 10, 15, 20 at a time, even more. We've had a few people buy significant volumes, and that's absolutely fine. So I think from my perspective, the workload is just fine. Now, where it might change, and I will have to sort of review this and see, but I'd like to hear some of your guys' feedback on this. If a customer wants to sell and they send in a roll of 25 Britannias, the processing time is significantly lower than perhaps somebody sending in 25 different individual coins like these specialist coins here. Things like this have got a little bit of damage on them, so of course when I get them in I have to assess them, see what the price points would be for a damaged piece like this, and of course photograph in each individual coin, list them individually on the website as well. That takes time. So if there's 25 individual things against one tube of 25 coins, which is a lot easier to process, the time there again. So that's something that I'd like your feedback on, whether or not, if there's 20, or whatever the number is, 5, 10, 15, 20, we could tier it for a sort of admin surcharge, so to speak, because it does take a long time, and that's my concern. I don't want this to detract from all of the other things that we're doing, like YouTube and stuff. And a few people have, asked about the future of this and the fact that it has been so popular. And I just want to make people understand one thing. I'm not doing this to start a new business, to grow a business to be multi-million pound turnover of goods. That's not what I want to do. This is something to help people to sell silver and gold at better prices than they would through a dealer. And I'm not here to sort of completely berate the dealers. That's not what this whole video and concept is about. The dealers are there, they do a job, they have to make their money. That's absolutely fine. They offer a service that I don't. They can buy 3 ounces of gold from you today and give you the cash in the bank. Whilst we've got a quick turnaround on some things like this, it's not necessarily as guaranteed. So that's the whole concept here. It's not really about a new business idea that will take off and make me millions or anything like that. This is just something I'm doing to help sellers, and I've got a little review here which I do want to share with you guys, which is from, he's going to call himself JK, and he's written a lovely little review for me. So he says, as one of the first sellers to use the BYB precious metals sale service, I was extremely pleased with how fast and efficient and fair it was. Within 24 hours of the coins being received at BYB, they were sold and the money was in the account. The sale price achieved was significantly better than the rates available through well-known precious metal dealers. I know this because I obtained a quotation from one. I also know that the buyers received a very fair price, significantly better than the purchase prices available at those same dealers. So it was a win for me as a seller, and also a win for the buyers. In short, my experience was excellent, and I would recommend the BYB service to anybody looking to sell or indeed buy precious metals. And that's really very humbling, and it's nice because I know that particular gentleman was really needing to sell those coins, and that was really nice to be able to help that person there and do that. Another little review that came through as well from another seller. So first of all, I'd like to offer a huge thank you to BYB for selling some of my silver yesterday. The concept of creating a buying-selling forum with only a basic commission is fantastic. I absolutely recommend it to anybody wanting to buy or sell silver at a sensible price. BYB charges £1 per ounce on all transactions. That is for silver. Gold is £25 an ounce. And he verifies the items being genuine before the listing. He received my items in the morning and the cash was in the account that afternoon. A service second to none, and a great guy to deal with give it a try. Thank you, both of you, for those reviews. It really is very humbling to have that feedback. And that's why we're doing it. We're not here, as I said, to start a whole new business. This will be something that we'll have trickle in, I'm sure, over time. What I will say is that we've had, of course, a humongous response. We've had like 200 plus people reply to the newsletter or emailed me to join the newsletter, and that's really amazing. Now, it's probably going to be that this first 2 weeks is a little bit more for sale than otherwise, because I've had 200 plus people email me. I reply back saying, if you've got something for sale, let me know. We can work something out. And people have. That'll trickle off in time. But hopefully there should be a steady flow of things each month. We'll have something each month, I suspect, to bring. And that's really exciting for me. And that's the level that I'd like to keep it at. I don't envisage this becoming my full-time job in any way. So there we go. Yeah, it's been a success, to say the least. And I'm very, very happy with the way that it's gone so far. As I said, if you haven't checked your spam folders, that's a good place to start, because there were some that went to the spam folder, and I know that people missed out on the deals. I know that also there were people sent the newsletter about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I think on the Thursday, and some of you, came to your computers at 5, 6, 7 o'clock when you finished work, and there were nothing left. Well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. I think from my perspective, I do this for a day job. I do YouTube, I do silver, I do poured silver, I do things like this as my day job. So that is basically that, and I'm really excited for this going forward. So let me know your thoughts and feedback if you've got some. If you're in the Cool Kids Club, the Backyard Bullion Rambling Society, then hello. You are very, very much appreciated for watching to this point. And if you are interested in joining the newsletter, links are down in the description with my email. Thanks one and all for watching. We'll see you on the next video. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.